Everyone, how's everyone this morning? Let me make sure my camera is straight. Yeah. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. My weekend was very good, very productive. There we go. That's how you do that. And now I'm off to take care of some business. But I wanted to have a talk with everybody this morning.
Please proceed to the highlighted route, and then the route guidance will start.
I shall. My car is talking to me this morning. Got to take care of some business.
Turn right onto East 9.
Got to establish boundaries. Sometimes there's no easy way to establish boundaries, but they must be done. And those of us who tend to be independent spirits, who tend to be mavericks, if you will, in the world, we especially have to defend our own boundaries because there's no one else there to do it, right? Let me put this back down. There you go. That's a little bit better. Much better. And sometimes that involves the law. So here we are. But it's all good, right? Because it's for the greater good. It's for the family. It's for my family, actually. People don't know what I'm talking about, and that's good. So what I wanted to talk about this morning was the value of stoicism. This is a lesson that we all have to observe from time to time, right? And I am fortunate enough to be raising my youngest son, Kai, and he is now 16 years old. He's going to be 17 in December. And one of the most important aspects of adulthood, of manhood, that I'm trying to instill in my son is an understanding of and an appreciation for stoicism. A state of not necessarily being happy or being sad, but doing what you got to do, getting work done. So we went. It's a very good movie. It's very good. I highly recommend it. And it's about stoicism. It's a heroic movie. I should have realized that I'm driving into the sun this morning, and I normally have my shades, my dark shades, but I don't this morning. So I'm just gonna have to do the best I can. Clean my windshield as well as I can. Oh man, this is going to be rough. Maybe if I leave my windshield wipers on long enough, they'll polish as much of the glare as possible off the windshield. Things are going well in business. Shout out to Chris Sandoval, my employee, who is doing very, very good for biometrics, telemarketing. And shout out to my people in Wyoming. I'm going to be heading up there very soon. Oregon, Washington State, Montana, Utah. I got to see all you guys before it gets too cold. Okay, here we go. So, stoicism, right? But you can be stoic, you can squirrel money away for the future, you can work hard, you can focus on getting a degree, you can focus on accomplishing your business objectives. You can do all of that, but then you may find yourself fine-tuning or tweaking your lifestyle because you got to ask yourself, did I do my best? And I have to answer that question honestly. I haven't been doing my best lately. I've been enjoying the end of the summer with my son. My son and I ran over 120 miles together, 12 miles over, actually more than that, because we did 14 consecutive 12-mile runs, and every Saturday on the beach. And then we got to the point where, wanted to enjoy the summer. My son wanted to enjoy the summer more. So we decided to kick back, and we hibernated this past weekend. But as we go into the fourth quarter of 2023, I'm evaluating things and I'm saying, hey, you know what? I can amp it up a little bit more, right? And that means working out every day. That means neural feedback training every day. That means going back to school. Hey, I may actually go back to school because I enjoy it. I enjoy the process of studying. And I'm a business major as well as a film major. I have a double major, so I don't have a satisfactory academic performance clock. So I can go back now and continue working on those 2 degrees and learn things that are valuable. My son Kai is actually taking film class now, film production class in high school. I'm very proud of him. A budding filmmaker, just like his dad. So yeah, practice stoicism. Stoicism is very beneficial, very helpful. Let me move this up a little bit. There we go. Other than that, I have to be very careful what I say because I've got the rats and the bandits watching every one of my channels, all of my channels. And it seems like the only people who really have time to watch my channels are the ones that are trying to report me for one thing or another. And as you know, I am the holistic American warrior. So I think that's really all I have to say about that, right? I am the holistic American warrior. Yes. I am still dedicated to helping people find the best ways to stay healthy in the most natural ways, to be dependent upon the medical establishment as little as possible, and to be free. And y'all know what I'm talking about. It's really a shame that we've reached a period in our country where the integrity of our Constitution has actually been under such an aggressive attack, especially the First Amendment. If we allow this to continue, they're going to come after the Second Amendment next. They've been coming after the Second Amendment, which reminds me, my people, be careful, because this is an election season. And there are some evil people in this world that are willing to do things to achieve their political objectives. And I don't want to see any of us get caught up in that. You know, we already had one of those situations with the manifesto and all the rest of that. You don't want that. Watch out for that. Be very careful for that. You know, this is a very turbulent time in our political history. Come on, get in, man. See, I try to be a courteous driver. Drive defensively and courteously. We're all in cars, so we're all going to get there a lot faster before I hit the road. There we go. Well, I guess the sun's not so bad. You just got to look very carefully at the taillights of the cars in front of you. So, boundaries. Let's get back to the conversation on you will not accept for yourself. And there is no cultural or social dynamic that would change that. You know, I've helped a lot of people in my holistic health center, in the biometrics health center, and I've come across a lot of people who need even more help still. You know, I've said before that when you're dealing with neocortical dysregulation, when you're dealing with things regarding the brain, it often has an effect on the personality and the character of the patient. And so I've learned to be patient with that, but there's only a certain amount of patience that you have to give before it becomes codependent, before it becomes unhealthy and toxic and codependent. So you have to establish firm boundaries. And a lot of times people who are not healthy do not understand what it is like to be a healthy person, how a healthy person thinks and behaves, right? They don't understand that. They don't understand that when they recover, when they become better, that they're going to think differently, that they're going to have different attitudes, different belief systems, and they're going to behave differently. They're going to have a different character. They're going to display a different character than display. Now, that's a subjective thing, right? Because some people are simply character deficient. Some people have serious personality disorders, and allegedly this personality disorders can't really be fixed. So you can just ask the person to be reflective in themselves and try to find peace, try to strive for a sense of peace and wholeness. I'm actually kind of enjoying driving into the sun. I hope the sun is showing my good side. So you have to establish boundaries. You have to establish legal boundaries. You have to establish personal boundaries. You have to establish ethical boundaries, right? An ethical standard beneath which you would not behave, you know? And embrace the virtues of independence, honesty, integrity, justice, productiveness, and pride. Yes, pride. Some people say pride is, pride cometh before the fall, or whatever. If you understand pride, understand that the only thing you can be proud of is setting standards of behavior for yourself and then living up to those standards. Then you will come to realize that either a man is proud or lazy or dishonest. Because either you are living up to standards of behavior for yourself, be it to be a good Christian or a family or in a marriage or in a relationship or whatever it is, whatever standards of behavior, working out in the gym, whatever standards of behavior you set for yourself, if you live up to those standards, that feeling that you get as a result of that is pride, and you do deserve to feel that. Okay? Hold the principles of reason, because man is a rational animal. Purpose, because you get to decide what is important to you for your life. And self-esteem. And what is self-esteem? Self-esteem is the combination of self-efficacy, which means the ability to produce the life that you want, the ability to make money and be successful, and self-worth, which is the understanding that you deserve the best life that you can give to yourself. It's a beautiful thing. Recap. The virtues of independence, honesty, integrity, justice, productiveness, and pride, and the values of reason, purpose, and self-esteem. You can refer to Ayn Rand if you'd like to know more about the philosophy of rational objectivism. So I'm just going live this morning. You know, I had a commute to make. I have a drive to make. Going into court, taking care of some things. So I figured, you know, since I look so spiffy, I might as well go live. I haven't gone live in a while. It's been a minute. Shout out to everybody. Much love to everyone. Shout out to Zena Smith and Tracy Schroeder. Thank y'all for coming out to California. I wish I could have come out to Inglewood from Upland to see you guys. But we're going to hook up next time you guys are out here in the West. Thank you for coming out. You're in my prayers. All of you. You know, Richard, Darryl, Manuel, Ronald, Zena, Tracy, all of you, everyone. You guys are my family. We've been down since high school. What a beautiful morning. It's one thing you gotta love about California. It has lots of beautiful days. The weather out here is always outstanding. And I love the fall, the early fall. I love the early fall, and I love all of spring. I mean, I like all of the seasons, you know, it just depends. You know, Southern California, it's tricky. You know, you could get any number, when you get to winter, you could get any number of different climate scenarios. When I first came back to Upland, we had a very cold winter, snow everywhere. I thought that was the way it was going to be. And then we've had years where there was actually no winter to speak of, that it was just pretty mild. So I have to stay away from the holistic health subjects for right now. But I will be going back on the air, on the radio, on AM 590. In fact, I'm passing up the station right now. I'm passing through San Bernardino. I'm passing up my old radio station. Salem Radio, AM 590, Biomed RX Radio. Depends. I may change the name of the show. I may call it Holistic America. Not sure. I'm thinking about Holistic America with Devin Lockett. What do you think about that? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know in the comments or in the chat what you think about the name. Holistic America for Biomed RX Radio. If you haven't heard me on the radio, if you haven't heard my radio show, please visit biomedrxradio.com and and you can hear the old shows that I had. I'm putting together a roster of people to interview for this year, and hopefully I'll be speaking with Bob Lazar and Dr. What is his name? Greer, Dr. Richard Greer, a traumatologist from Arizona. Yeah, there are a few other people I'd like to talk to. So I'll set up my next run on the radio and approach Salem Radio, see if they're willing to do that. I really wish Dr. Sebi were still alive. It would have been great to talk to him. So I hope everyone has a very productive week. You know, this is something to watch if you're bored. Because I'm just driving down the freeway talking. I hope everybody has a very productive week. You know, like I said, don't be afraid to establish and maintain healthy boundaries. All right? Don't be afraid of that. It's okay to love yourself. It's okay to set boundaries. And hey, man, establish them legally if you have to, right? Don't let anyone take from you. Don't let anyone encroach upon you. Don't be a codependent. Don't allow people to be parasites on you. You know, you have to defend yourself. You have to take care of yourself. And that's simply the way it is. Much love. I hope everybody has like I said, a very productive week ahead. And I'm going to sign out. I'm going to probably go live when I come out of court. You guys have a wonderful day. Peace.